make some money. Floyd want to make some money. He wants to make some money. He could fight
your guy Jake Paul.
No, with him too, but he could fight the Wonder guy, not Manny Pacquiao. Manny won't fight him again. But I'm talking
Canelo?
Not Canelo, Crawford.
Oh, Terrence Crawford.
Force Usyk to fight anybody. You can't force anyone to fight anybody. You know, the will has to be on the Usyk side.
Miss, and because his range control is so good, he's in. His nickname's the cat. He's in like a cat, and he is so accurate with what he's doing. He makes you miss, he makes you pay. That's the art of the sweet science. It is the art of getting hit.
Mike Tyson didn't hold back when talking about Floyd Mayweather. On a podcast with Shaquille O'Neal, Tyson said if Floyd ever stepped in the ring with Oleksandr Usyk, he'd get destroyed. Tyson pointed out Floyd makes heavyweight level money, but without facing real heavyweight level threats. And if Floyd ever returns to the ring, Tyson believes it won't be for legacy. It'll be for an easy paycheck. He says Floyd will avoid anyone dangerous, especially someone like Usyk.
I'm going with heavyweight.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, Floyd feels like in a different category completely.
He made heavyweight money, but I'm talking about the heavyweight sluggers.
Yes. I don't know if we're ever going to get to the heavyweights again.
Huh?
Speaking of
No,
Floyd,
no, that's going to come back again. Always come back.
Speaking of Floyd, him and Roy Jones been going back and forth. If they were to fight, give me your opinion on who you think would win and why. And would people want to see that fight now?
Well, listen, people are all going to hate on Floyd, so they will want to see the fight. They want to see Floyd get beat. But are they going to fight?
I know they're going back and forth.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think they would matter. If he wants to make some money, Floyd want to make some money. If he wants to make some money, he could fight
your guy Jake Paul.
No, with him too, but he could fight the Wonder guy, not Manny Pacquiao. Manny won't fight him again. But I'm talking
Canelo?
Not Canelo, Crawford.
Oh, Terrence Crawford.
At this stage, Oleksandr Usyk doesn't need to prove anything. He's already got Olympic gold and wins over top names, including back-to-back victories over Anthony Joshua. He's earned the right to call the shots and walk away whenever he wants. Still, fans are buzzing with speculation about who could be next.
Which he doesn't have to do probably because his legacy is secured. He's done basically everything in boxing. And if he was to retire tomorrow, or what could happen, which has been muted, that he was going to have the Dubois fight and then he was going to have a celebrity fight, you know, like crossover fight with an ex-MMA or something like that, which for me wouldn't be nice because I think it would cheapen his legacy in some way. But as Addy said, pounds and pence and dollars are what count in this game.
Andy, have you spoken, or has Spencer Brown or Frank spoken to you? Because to be fair to Frank, I've spoken to Frank twice since the fight, and he does always say, it's Joseph Parker next, it's Joseph Parker next. And he says it with a bit of force as well, as though he's promised you guys that you will be next in line. Has there been a conversation with Frank as to what happens with Joseph? Because I almost feel sorry for Joseph now. It's got to the stage where every time I see Joseph, I'm like, okay, look, when are you going to fight? When are you going to fight? And he has this face of, I don't know. And it's upsetting for me as well just to see him on the sidelines.
Yeah, it's very frustrating for him and for us as a team. But I had a brief conversation with Frank Warren as we were walking back from the ring. I said, it has to be Joe. And he said, we're going to push for Joseph. And Spencer Brown, he said, we're going to push for Joseph. David Higgins, we're going to push for Joseph. But you can't force Usyk to fight anybody. You can't force anyone to fight anybody. You know, the will has to be on the Usyk side.
Joseph Parker is one name being floated around, but there's nothing official yet. Other heavyweights are lining up too, hoping to get their shot. But Usyk has made it clear he's only got one more fight left in him.
The will has to be on the Usyk side. The will for Joe is there. He'd fight anybody. And as he's shown, but the will has to be, and the want has to be on Usyk's team.
Put your fighter hat on for me if you can, Andy, again. I mean, I saw, it's funny because the video of Dubois getting knocked out, there's you and Joe in the background, and I can see both of your reactions. When you're watching that, I mean, again, you've seen some of the best heavyweights in the world. You've been in camp with some of the best heavyweights in the world. When you're watching that, are you watching it like myself and thinking, okay, this is an all-time great you're seeing?
First and foremost, I watched it as a fan and I enjoyed the fight. And I thought Dubois started really well. but there's something about Usyk, isn't it? And just this change after round 1, round 2, Dubois was having some success, landing right hands.
Usyk has never played games when it comes to picking fights. He's respected not just for his skills, but for always stepping up without drama. While others drag things out with negotiations and media hype, Usyk just signs the deal and gets to work. That no-nonsense attitude has made him a favorite among fans and promoters alike.
The one thing I would say that we have to appreciate from Usyk is how he's so willingly down to fight anybody, right? Typically in boxing, you look at how boxing is structured. You have the Ali Act where a fighter could be like, nah, I don't want to fight him. Okay, we're going to strip you of your belt since you don't want to, defend that belt, right? How long does it take us to get a Gervonta Davis to fight, maybe a Devin Haney, or a Ryan Garcia fighting somebody else, right? It takes fucking forever. But now when it comes to Usyk, Usyk, he's a champion. Okay, your next title, person you have to defend against is Dubois. Perfect. Send me the contract. I will be ready. Yeah. You don't get that nowadays in boxing. You don't fucking get that. But when he fights, that's one thing I love about him. Mm-hmm.
Just beating Daniel Dubois in a rematch, the younger guy, and he's made it look easier against him and schooled him and destroyed him. That is the pinnacle of skill in boxing. That's the pinnacle of the fucking sport.
Becoming a 3-division undisputed champion doesn't happen by luck. Usyk's rise from cruiserweight to heavyweight was about more than size. It was about adapting and proving he could beat the best. No matter how big, his wins over Joshua proved just that. And off the canvas, Usyk showed a different kind of courage by putting his career on pause to serve his country during war. With that kind of heart, people are starting to compare him to legends like Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. Usyk might not share their weight class, but his dominance and versatility have earned him a seat at the same table. His technical smarts remind fans of Floyd, while his bravery and grit bring Manny to mind. And the fact that he's undefeated across divisions only strengthens his case as one of boxing's all-time greats.
How high is Oleksandr Usyk all-time on the GOAT list? I've seen a lot of debate that he's top 5 already, top 10, shouldn't be in the top 10 yet. So here's my thoughts on it. I think you can put him anywhere from like number 4 to number 10 all time, but he should definitely be in everyone's top 10. 2-division undisputed champion at cruiserweight and heavyweight, and he probably has the 2 best undisputed runs of the 4-belt era. At cruiserweight, he beat everyone in enemy territory. Glowacki in Poland, Briedis in Latvia, Gassiv in Russia, Bellew in the UK. At heavyweight, he beat all the Brits, mostly on enemy territory twice. Joshua twice, Fury twice, Dubois twice. Of that post-Mayweather Pacquiao era, I think he's definitely the greatest. Now, I have Usyk number 8. For reference, I have Floyd 1, Manny 2, Ali 3, Robinson 4, Duran 5, Leonard 6, Roy Jones 7, and then Usyk at 8. I know there's a whole debate right now about Usyk and Ali. Of course, Usyk's more skilled than Ali, but I think Ali's resume is greater, which is why I have him higher. But I'm curious to know how high people have Usyk now all time, without recency bias.
Floyd Mayweather built his legacy on making smart choices, both in and out of the ring. Experts agree if the money's good and the risk is low, Floyd's interested. He studies every opponent, weighing risk versus reward before saying yes. That strategy has made him insanely rich, but also makes it clear he's not coming back unless the odds are stacked in his favor. If he can control the terms and make money, he might fight again. But it won't be against someone like Usyk.
Yeah, you're fighting the best fighter in the world.
Yeah.
And you're figuring out a strategy of not how do I win, but how do I last?
Yeah, and that was the strategy. I had a good idea that I wasn't going to be able to knock him out.
No, but that's not the goal with a guy like that. No, but Floyd is the most precise and Floyd doesn't care who watches, who likes. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Floyd only cares about the points. Yeah. If the fight is entertaining, for him, it's just a strategy. Yeah. So he's kind of like the beast of fighting. Beast is like, how do I get the algorithm and the numbers?
100%.
That's how Floyd is.
Do you think he's the great? You think he's the greatest? One of the greatest
Every
ever?
great fighter in the world says technically there's nobody better.
Yeah.
Every single.
Joe Rogan has often broken down why Floyd Mayweather is so hard to hit. He talks about how Floyd can stand right in front of a fighter and still not take a clean shot. It's not about flashy combos, it's about timing, shoulder rolls, and subtle head movement. Rogan says Floyd's defense is more than just physical. It messes with your mind. He controls the pace without doing much, forcing opponents into frustration and bad decisions. And when it comes to movement, Usyk is on another level too.
It's all like slight slips away, and it's slight motions, which is all you need to get away from a punch, right? You don't want to move too far. You're wasting a lot of energy and you can't counterattack. One of the best things about Floyd and one of the most brilliant things about him, he's one of the most elusive fighters of all time, but he didn't move around. He stood right in front of you and you couldn't fucking hit him. That's true mastery of space and true mastery of technique. In my opinion, he's the best boxer that's ever lived.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not qualified to rank people, but I watched when he was making that ascent towards it. Ended up being 50, you know.
He just fought last weekend. This weekend, yeah, he fought a match against John Gotti's grandson, which is crazy.
That's scary for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, for a lot of reasons, right? This is the second time they fought. The first time they fought, it ended in a brawl. Like a bunch of people jumped in the ring. It was crazy because they stopped the fight because they were talking too much shit to each other and holding on to each other too much. So the referee stopped the fight for whatever reason, I don't know. And in this fight was even crazy too because the first referee was terrible. And the referee said Floyd Mayweather hit him behind the head. Absolutely incorrect call. Floyd threw a right hand and it caught him on the side of the head. And the referee claimed that it was behind the head. So Floyd fired the referee in the middle of the bout. He stops the bout. He's like, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
Because he's the promoter also.
Well, I guess. I mean, also, it's Floyd Mayweather. Like, what's the referee going to do? Fuck you? You know, I'm going to stop the fight? Like, also, they're in Mexico City. Like, you could get killed. Like, just get out of the ring, buddy. So Floyd throws this punch, and
Adam Catterall once compared Usyk's footwork to ballet, and he wasn't exaggerating. Usyk floats around the ring with perfect balance and constantly shifting angles. His opponents often look stiff and confused, trying to keep up. He's fast, but never rushed. Aggressive, but never wild. Most heavyweights can't match his speed or ring control, and that's what gives him the edge.
And I did notice his foot movement. He was just moving. He was just moving away, so Dubois couldn't hit him.
Couldn't get near it.
And then when he was punching Dubois, he made him look like in football terms, he made him look like a non-league player. He made him look bad.
Mate, that's the beauty of Oleksandr Usyk. His training with his little mate, Vasily Lomachenko, they came through the pro ranks together, well, amateur and pro ranks together, and their training regimes are completely off the textbook. They don't do it like everybody else does it. There's a lot of ballet, for example, that they use. There's a lot of gymnastics. There's a lot of different techniques, in their training that they incorporate into the game. And you can see it with the way that he fights. He is like a brutal ballerina. His footwork is absolutely sensational. What he does, he stands in range just enough so therefore the guy that he is fighting believes that he's going to get hit in a moment. So therefore mentally you're constantly working, and therefore you're throwing at times where he's then making you miss. And because his range control is so good, he's in. His nickname's the cat. He's in like a cat, and he is so accurate with what he's doing. He makes you miss, he makes you pay. That's the art of the sweet science. It is the art of getting hit. Hitting and not.
Even Lennox Lewis, a heavyweight legend, recently praised Usyk's skills. He said he would have loved the challenge of fighting Usyk in his prime. Lennox believes no current heavyweight has figured Usyk out, but he thinks he could have. That kind of respect, coming from a legend like Lewis, shows just how high Usyk has climbed in the eyes of boxing's best.
Couldn't catch this IFL TV. Appreciate Lennox stopping. A stunning win there for Oleksandr Usyk tonight here at Wembley. What did you make of it?
Great win. He did the right things. He did a lot of good things in the fight. I thought Daniel came out a bit too strong. Should have took his time, especially the first round. And, he was overreaching a little bit and he got caught.
Is there anyone on this planet, an active fighter, that can beat this man? He's got back-to-back wins or double wins over Fury, Joshua, and now Dubois. I mean, it's phenomenal coming up from cruiserweight.
It's phenomenal. I wish I was in this era to box, because I would have loved to box him. And, I can't see why nobody can't figure him out. I would be able to figure him out. Oh yeah, Usyk is the best of this era. And he does the right things. He moves well. He doesn't get hit. And he's elusive. And he's hard to beat.
Lennox, just the final one. What would be your advice to Daniel Dubois? He's come back from losses before, obviously Joe Joyce, etc. But what would your advice be to this 27-year-old lion?
Keep up with boxing. He should learn from this and bring it to the next fight. I don't think he should quit. I think he's got a long, good life in boxing.
Lennox, much appreciate your time this week. Have you got anything else you'd like to say?
Yes. Lennox Lewis is the best. I lay them all to rest. I'm the pugilist specialist. Nobody can test.
Love that. Top man. All right. Thank you.